In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on January 23, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. San Antonio Spurs versus Indiana Pacers. The Spurs, with a current record of 19-22, and the Pacers, boasting a 24-19 record, are headed to France to participate in the NBA Paris Games. This exciting international event marks the first of 2 matchups between these teams, with the second game scheduled for Saturday in Paris. This provides fans with a rare opportunity to witness live NBA action overseas. San Antonio enters this matchup following a tough road loss to the Miami Heat, where they fell 128-107 despite being only 2.5-point underdogs. On the other hand, Indiana recently secured an impressive home victory over the Philadelphia 76ers, winning 115-102 and comfortably covering the 10.5-point spread. These results highlight the current trajectories of both teams heading into the Paris showdown. The Spurs might face additional challenges, as Jeremy Sochan is questionable due to back soreness, potentially leaving them short-handed. The Pacers, meanwhile, remain without Isaiah Jackson. For the Spurs, the recent stretch has been particularly difficult. They have a 1-6 straight-up record in their last 7 games, with an average margin of defeat standing at -10 points. Notably, all 6 losses during this stretch have been by margins of at least 4 points. In contrast, the Pacers are riding high, with an 8-1 straight-up record over their last 9 games, winning all 8 victories by margins of 11 points or more. This stark contrast in recent form emphasizes the uphill battle San Antonio faces. The Pacers' offensive efficiency is a key strength, as they rank 4th in the league in field goal percentage and 7th in three-point shooting. Additionally, Indiana has an edge in turnovers, averaging just 12.9 per game compared to San Antonio's 13.9. San Antonio, however, excels defensively in one area, blocked shots, where they lead the league with 6.9 per game. Yet, the Pacers' preference for mid to long-range shooting may mitigate the impact of San Antonio's rim protection. Despite showing moments of promise earlier this season, the Spurs have struggled significantly of late. They have lost 7 of their last 10 games, failing to cover the spread in 6 of those contests. Their inability to close out games and meet expectations has hindered their progress. Meanwhile, the Pacers appear to be peaking, going 8-2 straight up and against the spread over their last 10 games. This contrast in recent performance levels underscores the Pacers' favorable position. While the Spurs have displayed flashes of their potential this season, their form has dipped at an inopportune time. In comparison, the Pacers are currently playing some of their best basketball of the year. Although San Antonio is capable of staging an upset, the momentum strongly favors Indiana. With the line set narrowly, siding with the Pacers to continue their winning streak seems like the logical choice. So the Indiana Pacers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Pacers have been on an offensive tear during their recent 8-1 run, averaging 117 points per game. Conversely, the Spurs have struggled defensively, allowing at least 128 points in their current 0-3 skid. It's reasonable to anticipate Indiana scoring in the low 120 seconds in this matchup, a total likely sufficient to help surpass the projected game score. Both teams' defenses have been relatively ineffective, with neither ranking in the top 10 for efficiency. San Antonio ranks 15th, allowing 111 points per 100 possessions, while Indiana ranks 20th at 112 points. When it comes to pace, Indiana ranks 9th in the league, averaging 101.8 possessions per game, while San Antonio is more modest at 18th with 101.3 possessions. Given Indiana's offensive surge and overall pace of play, betting on the over for the total projected score seems like the most reasonable choice. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Portland Trail Blazers versus Orlando Magic. This game represents an interconference showdown between two teams striving to make progress in their respective playoff races. Taking place in the Sunshine State, the Portland Trail Blazers are set to face off against the Orlando Magic on Thursday night. Portland enters this matchup riding the momentum of a 116-107 road victory over the Miami Heat on Tuesday night, where they managed to secure an outright win despite being listed as 8.5-point underdogs. Meanwhile, Orlando experienced a setback in their most recent game, falling to the Toronto Raptors 109-93 on the road that same evening. This loss came as a disappointment, especially since the Magic were favored by a single point going into the contest. Historically, the Trail Blazers hold a 40-29 advantage in the all-time regular season series between these two teams. However, Orlando has claimed victory in the last two meetings, including a nail-biting 104-103 home win in their most recent matchup on April 1, 2024. As this game approaches, both teams are grappling with injuries that could significantly impact their lineups. The Trail Blazers are closely monitoring the status of Anthony Simons, Chris Murray, and Taunami Camara, all of whom are listed as questionable for this contest. On the other hand, the Magic are dealing with their own injury concerns, with Gary Harris, Cole Anthony, Jonathan Isaac, and Franz Wagner also listed as questionable. Orlando's recent form is cause for concern, as they have lost 6 of their last 7 games heading into this matchup. While the Magic do have the home court advantage, their offensive struggles, highlighted by the league's worst scoring offense, leave little room for optimism. Although Portland has faced its share of challenges this season, they've shown signs of life with 2 consecutive wins, one against the Chicago Bulls at home and another on the road against the Miami Heat. The Trail Blazers are hopeful that key players like Simons, Ayton, and Murray will be available, but even if they are not, they still stand a reasonable chance against an Orlando team dealing with numerous injuries and an inability to generate consistent scoring. Given the Magic's current struggles and the substantial spread favoring them, Portland seems like the more prudent choice. So the Portland Trail Blazers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams have struggled offensively this season, making scoring a significant challenge. The Trail Blazers rank 26th in the league in scoring offense, while Orlando holds the dubious distinction of being dead last in this category. Over their last 10 games, the Magic have averaged just 98 points per contest and have failed to score more than 106 points in any of those outings. Adding to their woes is their deliberate pace of play. The Magic rank last in the league in tempo, averaging only 96.3 possessions per game this season. In contrast, Portland has performed slightly better offensively in their recent games, averaging 108.5 points per contest over their last 10, which is marginally higher than their season average. The Trail Blazers' pace of play is more middle of the pack, as they rank 14th in the league with an average of 99 possessions per game. The statistical trends strongly favor a low-scoring game in this matchup. The under is 22-21 when Portland has played. Additionally, the under has hit in 14 of Portland's 22 road games this season and in 14 of Orlando's 22 home games. Over their last 10 games, the under has prevailed in 7 contests, reflecting the offensive challenges both teams face. Orlando's league worst tempo and Portland's relatively faster pace could combine to produce a slower-paced game overall, as the Magic are likely to dictate the rhythm. Considering these factors, along with both teams' scoring struggles, it is reasonable to expect a low-scoring affair. With these teams struggling offensively, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Bucks versus New Orleans Pelicans. It's a critical Eastern Conference showdown between two teams striving to improve their positions in their respective playoff races as the Miami Heat square off against the Milwaukee Bucks in Cream City on Thursday night. The Heat are coming off a disappointing 116-107 home loss to the Portland Trail Blazers on Tuesday night, a game where they failed to deliver as 8.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Bucks had their scheduled Wednesday night matchup against the New Orleans Pelicans postponed due to a severe snowstorm that left a foot of snow in the Big Easy. Prior to that, Milwaukee secured an impressive 123-109 victory over the Philadelphia 76ers at home on Sunday, comfortably covering the spread as 13-point favorites. Historically, Miami leads the all-time regular season series between these teams with a 76-54 record, but Milwaukee claimed a narrow 106-103 road win in their first meeting this season back on November 26, 2024. The Miami Heat are monitoring Keshet Johnson's status, as he is listed as questionable for this matchup, while the Milwaukee Bucks remain without A.J. Green. who is still sidelined. Miami has faced significant challenges in finding consistency throughout the season. With the trade deadline just 2 weeks away, the ongoing turmoil surrounding Jimmy Butler continues to cast a shadow over the team's stability. Whether Butler is moved before the deadline or during the offseason, the uncertainty has undeniably taken a toll on Miami's performance. On the other hand, Milwaukee is dealing with logistical complications caused by the snowstorm in New Orleans, but has managed to maintain a positive trajectory, showcasing strong momentum in recent games. Despite the absence of Jimmy Butler, other players on the Heat roster have stepped up this season. However, the team's recent struggles have been evident, with Miami recording a disappointing 1-4 mark in their last 5 games. Additionally, the Heat have managed to win just one of their last 4 meetings against the Bucks, underscoring their difficulties in this matchup. Conversely, the Milwaukee Bucks will benefit from the unexpected day off, which allowed stars like Giannis Antetokounmpo and other key players to rest and recharge. Milwaukee has won 7 of its last 10 games and is beginning to look like a team that is finding its rhythm and identity. The Heat's ongoing drama surrounding Butler, coupled with their recent loss to the Trail Blazers at home, has placed the team in a precarious mental state. Furthermore, Tyler Herro's questionable status adds another layer of uncertainty. In contrast, the Bucks are well positioned to capitalize on their current momentum. Miami's struggles have made them a less appealing option on the road, especially if they are without both Butler and Herro. A victory would be crucial for the Heat to regain some stability and confidence as their season continues to falter. Their uninspiring performance in Tuesday's loss to the lowly Trail Blazers highlights the extent of their current challenges. Meanwhile, the Bucks are hitting their stride, delivering some of their best basketball this season, and they should be well rested given that their last game was on Sunday. While Miami could present a tempting pick at the spread if their form improves, their recent lackluster performances make Milwaukee the more reliable choice to handle business at home. The Bucks already secured a narrow 3-point win in their previous meeting this season, and with 2 of their biggest stars performing at a high level, Milwaukee's potent offense poses a significant challenge for the Heat, who may not have the firepower to keep up. Playing on their home court, despite the challenges of recent travel, gives Milwaukee the edge in this contest. So the Milwaukee Bucks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Miami Heat come into this game riding a streak of 4 consecutive games where the total points scored have gone over the projected total. During this stretch, the Heat have averaged 114 points per game while allowing opponents to score an average of 118 points per contest. On the season, Miami ranks 26th in terms of pace, averaging 96.9 possessions per game. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Bucks enter this matchup with a streak of 6 straight overs in their games. Over that span, Milwaukee has averaged an impressive 120 points per game. The Bucks play at a relatively fast pace, ranking 9th in the league with 99.4 possessions per game. Although both teams are known for their strong defensive capabilities, their recent matchups have demonstrated plenty of offensive firepower. In their last 10 head-to-head meetings, the over has hit 7 times, with both teams scoring more than 110 points in 7 of those games. For the Heat, the over has come in during 6 of their last 10 games overall, including 4 of their last 6 road games where they scored at least 115 points. Similarly, the Bucks have seen the over hit in 7 of their last 10 contests, with the team surpassing 110 points in 8 of those games. Given the current form of both teams and their ability to score in high volumes, expect plenty of offensive fireworks that should push this game over the projected total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.